There was once a young girl living in a rundown rat-infested shack. A young girl who went diving inside dumpsters filled with maggots for food. A young girl who went to school reeking of urine because her family could not afford clean laundry. But today is an Academy Award-winning actress and multi-millionaire. Do you know who that is? Known for being the only African American to achieve the Triple Crown of acting, she has shown great passion for acting in the TV series How to Get Away with Murder, the Broadway production of King Hedley II, and the film adaptation of Fences. She's also appeared as the First Lady, Michelle Obama series, and as Amanda Walker in Suicide Squad. All of her works are critically acclaimed success, but her victories were never spoon-fed to her. Since the beginning, she had to endure so much. She had lived through many traumatic experiences to get where she is today. During the hardest times when most people tend to give up, she chose to stand her ground. Who can this person be? Well, to know more, let's take a look at an inspiring story of Viola Davis. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories that will keep you growing and inspire you to take action. I can remember what it means to be a child who was hungry. I can remember what it means to be in trauma. I can remember poverty, alcoholism. I can remember what it means to be a child who dreams and sees no physical manifestation of it.
I could remember because I lived it. I was there.
Born as the fifth of 6 children on a small plantation in St. Matthews, Carolina, Viola experienced severe and dysfunctional poverty. In hopes for a better life, just as she was born, her family moved to Central Falls, Rhode Island. But their expectations were immediately crushed, and the family was forced to move in a broken-down shack with no electricity, gas, hot water, or phone. I was always so hungry and ashamed. I couldn't tap into my potential. I couldn't get at the business of being me. As a young child, Viola had to go through several traumas and heartbreaks while her parents struggled to make ends meet for the family. In her neighborhood, she and her family were constantly subjected to racism. And to make matters worse, Viola was treated as less of a person because of the fact that she was a girl. You know, I've always felt ashamed. Shame for the poverty, shame for the violence, shame for being a bedwetter, shame for not being perfect. I felt completely isolated because I was growing up in a predominantly white community that I felt spit me out. She could never forget how when she was only 8 years old, she was chased home from school every day by a group of guys who threw bricks at her and made racial remarks. There was also the physical and mental abuse done on her mother and also by her father, who was an alcoholic, as well as the sexual assault she and her elder sisters endured. But Viola couldn't do anything but endure. The only thing I knew what to do was just stand there and be frightened. To cope, Viola and her sisters would often escape their home to go to the theaters and cinemas. This was where Viola began to develop her love for stage play and acting. You know, they say that the 2 most important days in a person's life is the day you were born and the day you discovered why. I absolutely knew I wanted to be an actress because I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to dream big and make a mark somehow. And with the help of her sisters, Viola would spend any amount of free time that she had to perform the skits they've created. Although amateurs at the field, with their imagination and fire-driven passion, Viola and her sisters had even managed to win a local competition. Winning was our method of being recognized and respected. Never did Viola feel so fulfilling about something. And what gave Viola the final push to pursue her dreams was the African American actress Cicely Tyson. Do you know what is the one element that literally helps that kid who has nothing achieve ultimate success? What is that one factor? And they've always say it's one person who was a mentor. I saw Miss Cicely Tyson in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and I saw a physical manifestation of a dream. I saw something that I could put my feet on the floor when I got out of bed in the morning, and I had a passion that could drive me. So with the money that she earned from her performances, Viola enrolled in acting classes. She attended Rhode Island College right after high school, majoring in theater and graduating in 1988, and had managed to receive a scholarship at the Young People's School for the Performing Arts in Rhode Island before attending the Juilliard School, where she graduated in 1994. Everything I've experienced is what connects me to the world. It's given me an extraordinary sense of compassion. It's reconciling that young girl in me and healing from the past and finding a home. Viola found a home performing on stage and had quickly made a name for herself in the New York theater community. In 1996, she made her Broadway debut in August Wilson's tragic comedy, Seven Guitars. Viola played as Vera, a woman who forgives her wrong partner in the drama. She then collaborated with Wilson again in his 2001 drama King Hedley II, for which she won her first Tony Award. Soon after, Viola had invested herself in several acting gigs. She began to appear in a number of films in the early 2000s, including Steven Soderbergh's Solaris and Traffic, and even in George Clooney's Syriana in 2005. Years later, in 2010, starring in a Broadway play Fences, Viola won her second Tony Award. Then in 2015, she obtained the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in the drama series How to Get Away with Murder. And shortly after, just a year later, won the prestigious Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for a familiar role, if you will, Fences. Now, most recently, she has played the role as Michelle Obama in the First Lady series, and you may also recognize her as Amanda Walker in DC's Suicide Squad. Her legacy has crowned her as the first black actress to win the Triple Crown of Acting, an Oscar, an Emmy, and 2 Tony Awards. All of those things happened to me, but I own it, and it's part of who I am. Now, I tell my daughters every morning, what are the 2 most important parts of you? And she says, my head and my heart. Because that's what I've learned in the foxhole. What gets you through life is strength of character and strength of spirit and love. That's what happens when you get out of the limb and you live your truth. Is that you risk exposure, you risk shame, you risk criticism. But boy, there is absolutely no other way to live. When you're going through rough times, ask yourself this question. Who tells you how you're supposed to live? That answer should be yourself. Remember, you are your own agent. You control your own actions and attitudes. Do not be so easily influenced by what someone says on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on the news, or even on your phone. Instead, edify yourself, grow yourself, educate yourself, and learn from your mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of others. Open your mind and associate yourself with people who have been there, done that, and are where you want to be. That way, you can learn to accomplish your own goals and dreams. Your world isn't broken because you're broken. You can find solace in knowing that you're not alone. And just because you're broken somehow and in some way, it doesn't mean that you can't be fixed. You can. This doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. You just have to be who you are. And own it. Own yourself. Take that responsibility. Own the world. Seize the world. Prove your worth and take what you deserve. As Viola herself once said, the higher purpose of my life is not the song and dance or the acclaim, but to rise up, to pull up others, and to leave the world and industry a better place. Thanks for watching this video, How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest update. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.